Michael, over the years, as our shop has grown, recognizing the importance of SOPs has been really big. We've had some success and we've definitely had our share of failures. Can you share with us some of your thoughts on building out your list of SOPs?
Yeah, sure. We've been after really refining our SOPs for some time, and starting with years ago where we wrote everything out in a big book, and that book ended up on the shelf, and nobody really went back to it
Yep.
until it was time to actually redo the SOPs. But today it means much more to us. It's got to be something that really is directional on the work floor or on the in the office or wherever it may be. So simple, visual, getting our people involved in building them, using things like color coding or laminated documents or color-coded, documents, that type of thing that are really out on the shop floor so that they have easy access to them. And there's a lot of different platforms out there that you can use today, from e-learning platforms to just tapping into suppliers, paint suppliers, and helping to build those visual SOPs. So we try and make it simple, visual, and really interactive with our people.
Those are really good points. We have a couple different language barriers in our shop, but we have a heavy Hispanic influence. We recently even hired somebody that speaks Japanese, barely speaks any English. Do you find that those visual controls really help break down the barriers?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime that you could do that, we actually don't have to read something or read, the instructions there, where the visual tells you the instructions, or even more important, the visual gives you the standard that you're trying to work towards is so powerful.
That's awesome. After working with your team and developing that SOP and you start to implement it, how do you, in your management, how do you guys go back and train, test, and then audit that SOP?
And that's a great question, and it's ongoing and sometimes frustrating because it's easy to come off of your standard operating procedures. I mean, we've been at times looking at a certain situation saying we need a process around this. And somebody says, well, I think we have one, right? It just didn't get executed. So the important thing is making sure that whatever process is there that you're actually executing, there's some follow-up, right? And that's largely up to leadership holding themselves and ourselves accountable.
Right.
And if it's a procedure or a process that's no longer valid, there almost has to be a formal ceremony getting rid of it so that people realize, okay, we're just not adding to this and adding to this. We also do, we're geographically spread. So standard operating procedures and replication become even more important to us because we want that similar experience for our people and for our customers. We have a support team that is now doing what we call health checks, where they're going through, and there's probably about 50 different areas that they'll look at, from how the folder is made up to the completeness of information, defendable notes, proper photos, that type of thing, and then giving a feedback in a constructive way. So it's not like it's an audit, but a constructive way. Hey, your health test scored this. Here's the areas of opportunity where you can get better.
Wow, those are all awesome points. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
If you found today's tip helpful, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Comment below for any future suggestions.
These videos are made possible by SCRS. If you aren't currently a member, I encourage you to join. Visit scrs.com or use the link in the description below.